Rob Fraser here. So this video I wanted to talk about actually two trades that I actually lost. Another thing that I want to start doing with this my YouTube channel and documenting different trading strategies and whatnot is a lot of folks out there will tell you about their wins. I see so many people talking about I got this, I did that, I did that, I did that, but hardly anyone out there talks about their losses. And in my own trading, first off, I do trade full-time. I do collect a full-time income every single week from trading. And in my opinion, and what I do, a full-time opinion, is pocketing at least $500 a week. That means I trade, I have a certain amount in my trading account balance. At the end of the week, I have at least $500 to withdraw to put in my pocket without draining my trading account that I live off of. I don't know why I picked that number. I might increase it. I don't know. But I just want to preface that. I'm not saying that I withdraw a certain amount each week, because sometimes it's a lot more, and usually it's hardly ever anything less than 500. So just wanted to put that out there, because I know some people will be like, well, how are you going to teach us how to trade, Rob, if you just talk about your losses? But the funny thing is, when I lose a trade, that's when I learn more when I lose a trade than when I win a trade. Because if I win a trade, I could have won because of luck. I could have won because of whatever. But today I just wanted to start talking about some trades that I lost and lessons that I have learned from them. So let's get into it. Also, for folks who follow me, I trade, or if you just come across this channel, I trade gold, dollar yen, or UJ, however you want to call it. I'll call it different things, but I trade gold against the dollar, I trade USD JPY, and Bitcoin Bitcoin against the dollar, and then Ethereum Bitcoin. And I just more so stick it there, because if I have too many different pairs and stuff, I get overwhelmed, and I'm looking at 10,000 charts, and it'll just confuse you. So let's just dive into the freaking lessons, man. So here is gold. Let me first go all the way back. So this is gold on the weekly chart. So, and never mind all the different lines. I put in different lines as I was doing my trade. So here, gold on a weekly chart. So you see it's coming down here, coming down, and then it's just started bouncing from here, ping-ponging back and forth, consolidating. So uptrend, little bit of a downtrend or retracement, whatever you can say, but now it's consolidating. If you really want to get technical about it, you can bust out the fibs and, pick a spot, probably around here. Come up here and you can see where gold's bouncing around. It's bouncing around that 63-ish% range, 63.8% range, and whatever. So anyways, that was gold doing on the weekly chart. I'm going to come down here. So I know for now gold is going to be, for the most part, downtrending. As you can see here, it comes up, down, up, kind of down, up, down, up. I mean, trading Forex isn't really that difficult. I see too many people out there putting all this different content out there. But it's really not that difficult if you can eliminate yourself, your emotions, and just look at the charts for what they are. As you can see here, it comes down, bounces, up, bounces, up, down, up. So now it appeared to have bounced up, and now guess where it's going after it bounces up? Down. Duh. Makes sense, right? But that's on a weekly chart. So going down to the 4-hour chart, you can see it's kind of following that same trend, bouncing, coming up. Kind of like a half-assed, pardon my language there, head and shoulders kind of looking pattern there. And it crossed the neckline here, and it's going down. So down on the weekly, down on the 4-hour. I think we did the day. As on the day chart, you can see it's strongly going down. So weekly, down, day, down, 4-hour, down, 1 hour, Little bit different story here. But no, for the most part, it's still going down. You know, I have a 50-day moving average right here. And then I have a 9-day moving average right here. As you can see, just looking at the moving averages, it's on the hour chart and it's going down. And I'm stressing this for a reason. Also, if you don't know what moving average and all these different things is, I'm going to start putting out a lot more content about this. But there's also some courses that I've gone through. And if you want to learn how to trade, you want to learn where I've learned how to trade, underneath this video in the description, go ahead and click on it. It's going to be talking about Bitcoin, but it applies to everything. I mean, I use the training I learned in Bitcoin and I apply it to gold, and I apply it to Forex markets as well. So, that's my shameless little plug there. So on hour, it's still going down. I mean, you can look down here, you can see it kind of bouncing around, but when you look at the moving averages, the 9-day moving average and the 50-day moving averages is opening up, so it looks like it's dumping even harder. And I'm stressing this for a reason, because I did the exact opposite, which doesn't make any sense. On the 30-minute chart, and I still got the free version of TradeView, so, you know, don't mind me. On the 30-minute chart, you kind of see it kind of getting a little bouncy, and you see what I'm saying? So you see how you may be coming to the opinion that, yes, on the weekly chart, daily chart, 4-hour chart, hour chart, it's selling. People are selling like mad. But when you come here to the 30-minute chart, you can kind of see it almost looking like it's starting to scrape a bottom, right? Go here to the 15-minute. You know, it's kind of looking like it's starting to bounce off this line here. This right here is a line of support on, I think I did this on the day chart. I need to really check on that. But check it out. You see it kind of coming down, and it kind of stops here, does a little sideways wiggly motion, and then it kind of consolidates for a tiny little bit, and then the boat starts rocking a little bit more. It comes down, up, and it starts getting more herky-jerky. First mistake I've made. Usually the best days to trade are on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today is Monday, which is not one of the best days to trade. First mistake. So, I mean, and I don't follow the news. I try to just get away from that. I just look at the charts and say what the charts tell me. And sometimes I will follow the news. So, for example, with gold especially, not going to say any names, but a commander-in-chief will say something and the dollar will tank and gold will go to the moon. Or vice versa. The economy is doing well, the dollar will go up, and gold will go down. And it's on and on. Same thing with oil. And I can get into different pairs like that later on. But for the most part, I try to not look at, unless it's something major, like a major news event. But for the most part, I hardly look at that stuff. Also, I do have a bias towards gold as well. I'm always a long-term, I always want to long gold. I always want to buy gold. I buy physical gold as a long-term deal, and same thing when I trade it, I usually always put in buys. That's going to come into effect because in the beginning, I told you on a weekly chart, it's going down. Daily chart, it's going down. Hour chart, going down. 30-minute chart, kind of doing some sideways squiggly stuff. 15-minute chart, looking like it's bouncing sideways, it looks like it's hitting that bottom. 5-minute chart, it looks like what, a triple bottom maybe, or you know, if you want to look at that, comes down, bounces. This is the third bounce, and then now it's starting to come up. So looking at the 5-minute chart, how I usually trade is I build my case from the outside in. And then usually I'll hover around the 30-minute or the 15-minute chart. I'll bounce back and forth from the 30-minute and 15-minute chart. And it's still looking like it's hitting that bottom because it's just kind of sideways moving. My theory is it's going to wiggle sideways a little bit more, might scoot down a little bit, but it's definitely going to come back up. That is, obviously I have a bias as well, but gold is one of those things that's just always going to have a value. It's never going to go to zero, and it's just, that's why I traded, because it's just that secure thing. Some of the Forex pairs are all up and down all over the place. I like to trade with gold because it's in the middle of the road, and that just fits my personality and trading style. So I come around, you know, I'll build my case from the outside in, but I was looking at that 30-minute chart, and I'm like, my theory, I think it's hitting a bottom, you know. And if you want to kind of look at it, it almost looks like a reverse head and shoulders. You know, this right here is the first shoulder, this right here is the head, and this right here looks like that second shoulder, which basically means I think I got in that trade too early. So, I need to hurry up with this video. But you see here on a 15-minute chart, it's kind of moving sideways, even though it's a little bit more noisier. A 5-minute chart, you know, when you scroll all the way back, you can see what's happening. It's coming down, sliding down a slide. Come down, dip below the sub 30 on the RSI. So it came down here, bounced. So here's moving sideways, it bounced. That's 1, 2 bounce. So my first losing trade was this right here. This blue line, I put in a buy. Why did I put in a buy? Well, on the hour and the 4-hour and all that stuff, you see it going down, but my theory was it was kind of starting to wiggle sideways, and then it came down here, bounced, came down here, bounced. And at that level, I was like, all right, I think it's a double bottom. So that's why I came in, I put in a buy up here. Why right here? Because the 9-day moving average line crossed over this 50-day moving average line. The 9-day is the blue, the 50-day is the red. So as soon as that line crossed, I put in a buy right here. And if you can really look, you see a little wick there. Because I figure at that point, the market was starting to really move in the opposite direction. Obviously, I was wrong. I should have came back here to the 15-minute chart. Although when you look at the 15-minute chart, that's where approximately that trade was. Matter of fact, let's go down here to the 5. I know I need to hurry up because I think I'm hitting 15 minutes with this video, and I'm wanting to talk about a few little other things here. So this spot right here, let's go to the 15-minute. Right there. When you look at that 15-minute chart, when you look at these candles, this right here was the last lower low set. This candle closed above that last lower low. Hey, I was wanting to get in early, take advantage of that shift, and that was my theory. I was thinking at that point, plus you look at all that green volume, yeah, I figured that would be easy trade. I come in here, take profit there, done deal. Nope, market had other opinion, and it came back down. And so that was my losing trade for the day. Actually, I made 2 trades, but it was along those same lines. So I wanted to throw that out there. Hopefully got some value out of this video. If you want to learn where I learn how to trade, links underneath. I am going to watch this a little bit more because I'm thinking that it's just going to consolidate for a little bit and it's going to eventually break through here. But I'm going to wait at least until the 15-minute chart to see this blue line, the 9-day moving average, crossed at 50. I may even wait to the 30-minute just so I know for a fact that the market is starting to move in the opposite direction. And 30 minutes I found is just kind of like that sweet spot. Don't quote me on that. Set your stop losses. Always be smart. My name's Fraser, wrapping this up. We'll see you in the next.